HDTV is brought to you by Harley Davidson Financial Services, Northside Harley Davidson and the Fraser Harley Davidson Group, and the Bayford Group, celebrating 100 years, along with Harley Davidson Australia. This week we've headed to a festival celebrating everything that's Harley Davidson.
All right, welcome to Harley Days. Behind me I've got some hoggies. Hello, hoggies. We're on Harley Days and Paulie Allen, but we've got Managing Director Nigel Keogh. How are you, mate?
Happy Harley Days, Steve.
Thank you. Happy Harley Days. It's a bit like Christmas.
Good to see you, Nigel. Yeah, you too, Paulie.
It's a bit like Christmas, isn't it?
It's fantastic. It's better than Christmas.
All right, so tell us about what's going on tonight.
Well, we got a little bit of everything. We got the radiators about to play, and then we've got diesel, as in Johnny Diesel from the Injector fame.
Good, so that'll be good. You're going to be front and centre for that?
No, well, I'll be in the mosh pit, I'd say, mate. In the mosh pit.
There you go. What else is happening?
Well, we got test rides, we've got jump starts. We're doing a little bit of everything, mate.
Beautiful. So now Paulie wants to get on some soft tails.
Yeah, I tell you what, I'm looking at that new platform. Pretty special looking toys.
We are super excited, Paulie. You know, that's the best thing that we've put out for quite some time. It's an amazing product. Everything from the Street Bob all the way through to the Breakout. Completely redesigned from the kickstand up.
Yeah.
Performance, you got a 114 now, if that's your choice. You got the 107, the delivery is smooth, and the cornering is to die for.
Well, I was just saying that I've got an old model 2-valve air-cooled engine at 120 cubic inches, and really that 107 in standard form delivers better than my 120 from early throttle to mid-range.
Really is good to hear you say that.
No, it is. Yeah. It's quite a rideable bike out of the package, and even with the standard mufflers on it, I could ride one until the day I died, I reckon.
So we've got to get him on some, can we? Can you make that happen? Guaranteed.
That's done.
Righto, put that in writing now. We are going in, Paulie and I, into the mosh pit with Nigel. Happy with that?
Let's go surfing, boys.
All right, Harley Days, have a look at this.
Gotta get on the road, gotta get on the gas. Got that white line fever, I really wanna pass. Gotta stay on the road, that feels like home. While sitting on my Harley, I'm never alone.
Harley Days has become the biggest event on the Harley Davidson calendar. For the second time running, this event was held on the beautiful Wollongong foreshore, a magnificent backdrop for the bling of all these Harleys. And with thousands of riders attending from all over Australia, this place is nearly bursting at the seams. With everything ready to go, first on the agenda is to get the event officially opened. And Gaz Luxmore from Harley Davidson is the right man for that.
Whoa! Wagga wagga! Whoa! We're doing a big photo of all the flag bearers for the whole chapters, so pretty exciting time at the moment.
With the official stuff over, it was time to party, and Diesel brought the house down.
Hello everybody!
The Hoggies were out in force, and they'd come from everywhere.
Via Bathurst, Phillip Island, and then to here, 7,000 k's. It's taken me 3.5 weeks.
And you ended up with these two blokes?
I've ended up this bloke tonight. This bloke I wouldn't know from Barwon Street.
I'm just a ring-in.
He's a ring-in. The amount of people I've met, mate, has been unreal. Absolutely great.
They'd come in droves.
How many members have you got?
We've got 186 members.
186 members.
Yeah.
And you're the...
I'm the membership officer for the New South Wales South
Well,
Coast
she wanted to get that plug in. Give me a drive, that's good.
It was good all round, topping off a fantastic first day. After a big night, everyone eased into the next morning. And as the crowd built, Dundo caught up with an old buddy.
Darren Rogers from Fraser's. How are you, mate?
Good morning. Yourself?
Now, we are walking past Fraser's Alley. This is a nice tent, this one. Well, that sign there, that's good.
Look at that, HDTV.
HDTV.
Bloody hell.
We're filming in here. You let us go halves with Harvey's with Northside, the boys.
Yeah, I thought it's pretty appropriate that they share with the Victorians.
boys.
So, you know, drag a few of those boys up.
Working hard in here?
Where's the street man?
The boss is here, you're working hard?
Yeah, working hard.
They don't look like they're working hard. So these are all your staff all the way along here?
All the way along, from these guys down to the end of the tent.
So how's it here? Good?
Oh, it's going well.
Yeah?
Going
well.
well.
So this is incorporating representation from the 4 Fraser dealerships. So yeah,
Yep.
Perth, Wollongong, obviously where we are,
Yep.
Concord in Sydney, and Newcastle.
There you go.
Yeah.
Domination. Good.
See you, Dando.
Darren.
Thanks,
See you,
mate. All right.
I'll let you go.
No worries,
Look
I'll
out,
go.
he's coming back.
Also up early over at HTTV Central were Paul Hallam and Neil Brumby from Heavy Duty Magazine, who's been working on a project.
This is a 2017 street glide that was passed over to the magazine from Harley Australia, and they said, have a bit of a play with it, do a few things that you like to it, by using parts from the P&A catalogue that Harley have.
Okay, so the front fork lowers, the fork
they're
grips.
all catalogue. I couldn't help myself. I'm not a huge bling guy, but look at that, isn't that cool?
Yeah, isn't it?
And you can actually turn those into indicators. It's got a big 300 watt amp up here, and another one in the saddlebags for the 2 back speakers.
Yeah.
It's unbelievably loud and very clear.
Very
and I've
good.
got to throw out a shout for the guys at Northside Harley in Melbourne who've done all the work on this.
Job of blacked out, all out of the catalogue.
All out of the catalogue. As a bike to ride, I rode it up from Melbourne yesterday. It's a fantastic bike to ride.
Oh, yeah.
There's no doubt he'll be riding at home. And while we're on bikes, there was an opportunity to win one.
Guilty.
Behind us here, you can win a breakout. Tell us about it.
So $25.
Yeah.
Buy a pin, 115th anniversary pin. And then go in the draw to win that beautiful 2018 breakout. It's up on stage. The bike someone's going to win.
Oh, that's the one up there. Okay,
That's it up on stage.
Cool.
And we're going to draw it tomorrow afternoon.
Can I win? Am I allowed to buy a pin?
No.
No. But
You're part of the family.
But
so
I can still buy a pin.
You can buy a pin. Actually,
All
buy
right.
a couple of pins.
So the new breakout, 2018 breakout, we just rode them around the States and
Awesome.
come a long way up, 114 cube.
Yeah.
Fantastic thing, and all the money from here goes to Camp Quality,
That's
doesn't
correct,
it?
yeah,
Which is a great charity, so good
Yep.
on you, Adam.
No worries.
We'll see you around the traps.
Thunder Run tomorrow.
Good luck getting him up early, Adam. We'll be back with more after the break.
You're watching HDTV from Harley Davidson.
We're at Harley Days, and this morning there's an opportunity for some of these hoggies to have a career change and move into the world of modelling. While they were having a bit of fun showing off the current range of Harley Davidson apparel, Dundo and Paul were preparing for the rumble of a weekend of Harleys.
Paulie, where are we?
We're at Ear Mould Australia. Here's where we get our ear protection. This is how you do it properly. Yep, from
this
the
man.
mighty Aaron, yep. And I've just been fitted out for a set, which are ready now apparently to pick up. And I reckon you should get a set too. Well, here we go. Here's mine to go.
Oh.
So he just goes in there like that.
And twist.
Rotates back to there.
And you're in.
She's locked in.
All you need now is a walking frame. Paul, what do we do next? I'm going to get some.
Beauty, yeah. No, it's quite good because you can actually hear that normal volume like talking and whatever, but it blocks out all the high frequencies and makes things seriously tolerable. Let's see how Steve goes with the set, eh?
See, now with them in, you can still hear my voice, but all the background noise is gone. So a couple of minutes and then we'll take the bloods out. Comes out nice and neat.
That feels better.
So now you can hear again. So we've got a perfect shape of your ear.
Thank you, sir.
No problem at all.
We'll be back at 45.
Great work.
Let's go, Paul!
With plenty to do, the boys split up. Paul went looking for bikes, and Dundo caught up with one of the guys who's part of making this whole weekend happen.
Well, we're here at Harley Days, back here in the Fraser's Alley tent, and next to me is the man in charge. They're bugging you, Gary Luxmore.
What's going on around here?
The event director. That's what happens, mate. Turn him off. Turn him off.
Turn him off. I'm really good,
So
mate.
Harley
Yourself?
Days 2017,
Yep,
back at Wollongong.
back at Wollongong.
Has it been putting this together? It's a big job, isn't it?
That's a huge job, but we've got a great team around us. A lot of work, 9 months in the planning, but hey, we're here and look at it, it's terrific. We're really pleased.
Screaming Eagles going in the background.
Who are they?
Who are they? So, what are the other things happening over the weekend?
Yeah, look, so this year we've got the mantra of bigger, better and brighter. So the site's bigger, more things to do, a lot more things happening. It's a much bigger event than last year, and we're excited. We've got a lot more vendors this year, aftermarket vendors, plus of course all of our dealers are here. We've got all of the new Softail range, and when you ride them you think just how great these bikes are. So they're all here, every single one of them, and they're in the demonstration fleet as well.
I know you're busy, you've got a lot to do.
Lots happening.
So we'll check in with you again over the weekend.
Yep.
But I might go and grab Paul and we might head over to check out the bike and
See the guys over there at the Snap-on Bike Build.
You'd want to get a move on, Dundo. Paul's way ahead of you.
Guess what? I found Harley's greatest asset, Marcus.
Thanks, mate. How are you, Paul?
Good, how you doing?
Good, mate, good.
Good to see you.
You too, mate.
Enjoying yourself up here at Wollongong?
Sure am, mate. We've got plenty on, including the Snap-on Challenge.
Now, tell us about the Snap-on Challenge.
Snap-on Challenge, 3 dealers. We've got Thomas Lee, Fraser Motorcycles and Adelaide Bike Works.
Okay.
All with 2018 Street Bobs.
Which is the new Milwaukee 8 engine?
Milwaukee 8, part of the Softail platforms. They're allowed to spend $7,000 retail value on genuine P&A.
All right, so out of the parts book, $7,000 retail.
Yep.
Yep, and build whatever you can into the bike. Dealer's interpretation.
And there was no mucking about.
Daniel, stage 5, I've got it right in here.
Yes.
And that's what you've spent about the whole $7,000 on, is it?
Yeah.
So you've gone for where I'd go. You put it in where you can't see it, but where it's going to make with the mumbo. Yeah. Great job, Daniel.
So basically we've tried to black out the motor mostly and gone black lower rocker covers, push rods, lifter covers, just getting it right back to basics.
Yeah, okay, to get that lean, mean look.
With the text getting creative, Paul was like a kid in a candy shop.
Here we go, this is where I want to live. If I get my choice of camper vans, it's going to be just like this. Names, contents, the whole thing. It might not have a shower and a toilet, but it's got everything else I need in life. The colour range of their roll caps, the quality of the equipment is really second to none. I know you can get a lot of cheap stuff on the market these days, but it is worth spending $1 for the real high-end stuff.
And there's nothing they don't have.
I found me next toolkit. I'm going big time. Battleships, here we come.
Having discovered these great tools, Paul went looking for something to use them on.
Harley Days custom bike show, and custom being the operative word too. We've got some beauties, couple of gorgeous old Evos, and I tell you what, every time I see one, they just warm the cockles of my heart. Here we go though, what a weapon, eh? Changes the geometry a bit, they probably take a little bit of riding, probably do better in a straight line than around corners, but if you thought about this thing here, putting it together yourself, this would be cubic dollars. V-rods are going to take forever to die. Matter of fact, they aren't going to die. They are absolutely death-defying out of the box. Once you've thrown a bit of work into them like this with the pipes and the trick kit and the tune in them and stuff like that though, possibly a set of cams and a set of pistons, you can have something that you're absolutely going to break the sound barrier on. So get one of those too. No show without punch. Shovel. Gorgeous, not enough of them about, hard to get a hold of, everyone wants one now, and this is an absolute beauty. 75, originally, I don't know what it is now, but originally that'd be a 1200, which is the short stroke, beautiful engine to ride. I know the 80-inch ones made a bit more grunt, and they certainly pulled up hills a little bit better, but the 1200 was a really live little engine that once it got the Power Plus heads over the pan, it made this delightful little bike that doesn't weigh a heap, and got a 72 at home, and let me tell you, it's one of my favourite rides. Well, there's no show without paint, and this is definitely paint. The green, apparently from being absolutely glorious, is holding these beautiful ghost skulls in it and stuff like that. The effort boys are putting into a coat of jam these days is just to die for. Stick with it though, there's plenty to see here at Wollongong. This is the custom bike show. Tomorrow we're going to get the show and shine, so it'll be interesting to see what turns up there. And I believe somewhere around here there's a particularly sexy V-rod that I'm chasing down, and I'm going to give you a look at that too.
Hey, we're the Harley girls at Harley Days, and you're watching HDTV.
We're at Harley Days, and it's a huge weekend all about Harley Davidsons, bringing thousands of bikes to Wollongong on the New South Wales coast.
Everyone's been really happy. It's brought a lot of business to the local community. All the restaurants were pretty full today in the cafe, so it just brings that vibe to Wollongong, so everyone's happy.
It's all looking good.
Inside, a big event on the calendar is a bike challenge with a difference.
All right, we're here at Harley Days, and Paulie, what's happening now?
This is sort of like the opposite to the street outlaw drag racing thing. This is the street slow law. The longest you can take to get from there to there. So it's not a drag race. What would it be?
So the Harley Davidson Olympics.
Yeah.
Go as slow as you can go. Ready? Go!
Now they put their foot down, they're out.
Oh, we've got one leg down in lane 3. He is eliminated.
Who won that, Paulie?
I think that chap there on the black street bob. It's the littlest and lightest one, so actually that's a bit logical. That's the bike I would have picked.
Right. Here come the other contestants. That was terrible. That was average. It was all right. Put your foot down. What are you doing? I don't know what happened. It's horrible. It was terrible. The red cone got in the road.
These tourists are a hard call, though, isn't it, to do the slow ride?
I'm picking the fat boy here.
Well, the fat boy, it's got the logical advantage.
Looks like Nigel decided he might want the staff to go in this as well.
Nigel's upping the ante.
Now we've got a race.
This is the big league.
We have got Dan Lesnock, who's from Harley Davidson, Australia. We've got Nigel Keogh, Managing Director from Harley Davidson. And over there we've got Derek from Harley Davidson, Australia. So this is a staff challenge. And now, are they allowed to beat the boss?
Now, all these blokes are supposed to be good riders. We know Nigel's real trick because we've actually done a lot of Ks with him.
Hang on, the camera's rolling and here comes Grumpy.
Man of many talents. Anything could happen here with Neil.
That's our managing director on the signature right lane.
The bigwigs of Harley Davidson definitely know how to handle bikes, and they say it's healthy to have a bit of competition in the workplace. That's okay, so long as the boss is not involved. Ooh. What would you do now? Throw the win?
He's dropped it. He's dropped it. Look at this, look at this.
In any language, we all understand.
A well-disguised drop. Your job's safe, Dan. However, for Derek, it may be a different story.
Well done, mate. That's it. Don't come Monday.
So you're not meant to beat the boss.
You just got a DCM.
Yeah.
Dundo and Paul were up next, and this is serious business. The punters were ready for something special, and our team weren't about to let them down. But they were up against good riders, one of Harley's best, Gaz Luxmore, and Neil Brumby. The rules were stated, making sure everyone knew this was a slow ride challenge. Obviously, Paul couldn't hear the rules with those new earplugs and exited the race early. Giving it his best, Neil Brumby crossed second, with Dundo and Gaz Luxmore still in a tussle. What a tight finish, but the judges have picked something up. Someone's dropped a leg.
Who got it? Dundo? Me?
It's all good.
And that's exactly what Gaz thinks. Dundo headed back to HDTV Central, while Paul went looking for a bike he'd heard about.
Well, here we are. I've found it, and possibly the best-looking V-Rod I've ever seen. This has been built by Size Harley Davidson. The subtlety of this whole bike is just beautiful. The gunmetal powder coating on it, and I presume it's some sort of ceramic because they've even put it on the rotors. It looks like it could have been dolled up by Harley themselves as their next spaceship. Apart from everything else, it's got 360 millimetres of back wheel in it. That's 14.5 inches of tyre. Well done, Size. You've done a great job.
Also getting plenty of attention was the Harley Davidson Mustang, but for all the right reasons. And Dundo had a special guest at the desk.
Right next to me is an absolute legend. His name is Cal. How are you, Cal? Pleasure. And he has a big story to tell. A lot of you people may have seen him riding around Australia, but Cal, take us through what you're doing.
It's Kel's ride is about turning the spotlights on young onset dementia in Australia. I got diagnosed with it. I got told that it was terminal and I had 6 or 8 years to live. Go away and get my affairs in order. And 3 weeks ago, the statistics came out. It's actually the #1 killer in females here in Australia. Above all cancers, there's no media, there's no funding going to researchers.
How do you donate or come for a ride?
Yeah, there is a GoFundMe, Kel's Ride, if someone wants to help me out with a bit of fuel or help me try and cover some of the costs.
There's the details on the bottom of the screen, so if you want to donate, I'm sure he would stick some bucks in there because it's good, and hats off to you, mate. And,
Thank you very much.
Make sure you wear one too, all right? Good on you, Kel's Ride, and we'll be back shortly from Harley Days.
Day 2 at Harley Days has been a beauty and had a little bit of everything. But of course, what would a Harley event be without a tats competition? In preparation for his gig up next, Dundo headed back to Earmold, Australia for those super earplugs.
Here's my man right here. How are you, mate? You well?
Good. So that's your music ones?
Yep.
Into your ear, give it a twist back. Look at that, straight in.
Fantastic.
Nice and smooth. If you wear your helmet, it sits down nice and flat.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you, mate. So get yourself some earplugs.
Back on the main stage, the winners of the Snap-On Challenge bike build had been announced, with Thomas Lee Harley Davidson from Moree taking out the prize. Well done, guys.
All right, well, here we are, Harley Days. Crew behind us, and Adam, how are you?
Good, mate.
A good event? You having fun?
Yeah, it was unreal. We had thousands of people in today, so it's been, weather was great. Couldn't ask for much more.
That's it. All right. So coming up, we've just finished.
Yep.
Just did the gig.
That was good gig by my favourite band,
We had the little Keo boys up on stage.
Yeah, I saw the boys.
That's going to cost Nigel a lot of money.
Yeah, the next Hanson apparently.
Yeah, all One Direction, maybe, whatever. But behind us, we've got some unbelievable hogs. And have you had a good time?
And it wasn't over yet. John Stevens took to the stage and brought the day home with one of his hits. What a great way to finish day 2 at Harley Days.
Gotta get on the road.
Next week, we'll be back with day 3, where the Thunder Run is the one everyone's been waiting for. Where over 1,000 bikes take to the streets of Wollongong. That's next time on HDTV. HDTV is brought to you by Harley Davidson Financial Services, Northside Harley Davidson and the Fraser Harley Davidson Group, and the Bayford Group, celebrating 100 years, along with Harley Davidson, Australia.